Japan, a nation renowned for its extraordinary human longevity, stands as a beacon of extended healthy living, boasting a per capita rate of centenarians that dwarfs that of any other country on the planet. With an astonishing number of individuals, exceeding 90,000, reaching or surpassing their 100th birthday, this island country presents a compelling case study for understanding the secrets of a long and vibrant life. In stark contrast to many Western societies, where an immense emphasis is placed on the often costly and trend-driven pursuit of fitness through gyms and elaborate exercise programs, Japanese elders, particularly those in their 7th and 8th decades of life, demonstrate a remarkable ability to not only live longer, but to do so with a level of vitality that far surpasses their global peers. This divergence in outcomes has captivated the attention of researchers worldwide, prompting in-depth investigations into the underlying factors contributing to this exceptional longevity. A landmark 5-year study, meticulously conducted by a team of esteemed scientists at Harvard Medical School, set out to unravel the mysteries behind these exceptionally long-lived individuals. Their findings, however, revealed a truth that was both profound and surprisingly understated. It was not solely the well-documented nutritional superiority of the traditional Japanese diet or inherent genetic predispositions that accounted for their sustained vitality. Rather, the true secret, the key to their enduring health and well-being, lay in plain sight, woven into the very fabric of their daily lives through 6 profoundly simple yet remarkably effective movements. These are not strenuous workouts designed to push physical limits or demanding exercises that require specialized equipment and rigorous training. Instead, they are fundamental, almost primal actions, so basic in their nature that Western medical professionals, initially preoccupied with more complex interventions, largely overlooked their intrinsic significance. This oversight persisted until the advent of advanced brain imaging techniques, which unveiled something truly extraordinary. Neuroscientific studies employing these sophisticated technologies consistently demonstrated that Japanese elders who regularly and diligently practiced these 6 daily movements exhibited a staggering 40% reduction in the rate of cognitive decline when compared to their Western counterparts who did not engage in these practices. Furthermore, their joints remained remarkably supple and flexible well into their advanced years, defying the often associated stiffness and immobility of aging. Their balance systems, critical for preventing falls and maintaining independence, functioned with an agility and responsiveness that suggested they were, in effect, 2 decades younger than their chronological age would indicate. The significance of these movements has not gone unnoticed by other leading research institutions. Researchers at Stanford University, for instance, have openly lauded these simple daily actions as perhaps the most overlooked, yet fundamentally crucial aspect of longevity in the realm of modern medicine. You are about to embark on a journey of discovery where you will uncover these precise 6 movements, progressing from the least complex in terms of execution to those that exert the most profound and impactful influence on your overall health and lifespan. Prepare yourself in particular for the revelation of number 1, a movement that has been scientifically demonstrated in a comprehensive study involving 15,000 Japanese seniors to increase lifespan by an average of a remarkable 7 years. The astonishing reality is that an overwhelming 90% of Americans, despite the mounting evidence and the potential for life-altering benefits, have never even encountered this movement before. The truly remarkable aspect of this number 1 movement is its incredible efficiency and accessibility. It takes a mere 2 minutes to perform, requires absolutely no specialized equipment or costly memberships. And yet, neuroscientists have observed that it activates more areas of the brain simultaneously than any other physical activity they have ever measured. Before we delve into the specifics of these transformative movements, we invite you to actively participate in this community by sharing your current age and your geographical location in the comments section below. Your insights are invaluable to us, and we are diligently reading and responding to every single comment received, fostering a genuine dialogue about health and well-being. Therefore, do not hesitate to drop your thoughts, questions, or experiences. Now, without further delay, let us commence our exploration with number 6, a foundational movement that serves as the unwavering bedrock of the daily routine for countless Japanese elders. Number 6 in our sequence introduces us to the profound practice of mindful slow walking, a discipline universally recognized in Japan as Sampo. This practice commences with an action so deceptively simple, so seemingly elementary, that its profound efficacy might easily be dismissed as insignificant by the uninitiated. However, Japanese elders imbue Sampo with a reverence akin to that of a sacred, life-affirming medicine. It transcends the definition of ordinary walking by a significant margin. It is an intentional, deeply mindful movement, performed at a deliberate pace that is approximately half of your usual hurried stride. Japanese seniors typically dedicate a substantial block of time, ranging from 20 to 30 minutes, to Sampo each and every morning, often before they partake in their first meal of the day. The critical distinction that sets Sampo apart from the more common Western practice of power walking lies not just in its deliberate slowness, but in its intricate integration with specific rhythmic breathing patterns. The prescribed technique involves a synchronized rhythm. You inhale deeply for the duration of 2 steps, consciously hold your breath for another 2 steps, and then slowly exhale over the course of 4 steps. This meticulously orchestrated synergy between your respiratory system and your cardiovascular system fosters a unique, harmonized energetic flow throughout your body, a benefit that simply cannot be replicated by the more rapid and less mindful act of faster walking. The scientific backing for Sampo's remarkable benefits is compelling. A significant study, conducted in 2019 by researchers at Kyoto University, meticulously tracked the health outcomes of over 3,000 individuals aged 60 and above for an entire decade. The results of this longitudinal study were nothing short of compelling. Participants who consistently engaged in daily Sampo demonstrated a remarkable 62% reduction in arterial stiffness when directly compared to a control group that did not practice this form of walking. Furthermore, their blood pressure readings saw a substantial average decrease, with systolic pressure dropping by 12 points and diastolic pressure by 8 points. However, the fascination with Sampo deepens considerably when we delve into its intricate biomechanics. This unhurried, deliberate pace allows for the complete and natural contact of your foot with the ground. This full foot-to-ground engagement acts as a powerful stimulus for all 33 joints present in each foot. This continuous conscious engagement sends vital proprioceptive signals, sensory information about your body's position in space, directly to the brain, significantly enhancing both your overall balance and your spatial awareness. In fact, Western seniors who adopted the practice of Sampo for a mere 8 weeks experienced an average improvement of 45 seconds in their single-leg standing time, a testament to its immediate impact on stability. To practice Sampo with optimal efficacy, it is essential to focus on a smooth, rolling motion through your entire foot with every single step. This rolling motion should initiate with the heel, striking the ground, then progress through the arch of the foot, and finally culminate in a gentle push-off with the toes. Maintain a steady, unwavering gaze approximately 6 feet ahead of you, actively avoiding the common habit of looking down at your feet, which can disrupt your balance. Your arms should swing naturally and loosely at your sides, but with minimal extraneous movement, your hands should remain relaxed and your fingers gently curved, not clenched. The prescribed breathing pattern is paramount to the effectiveness of Sampo and may require a period of conscious practice to establish the correct rhythm. Counting your steps initially can be an invaluable aid in solidifying this crucial rhythmic foundation. The morning is considered the optimal time for this practice, primarily because naturally higher cortisol levels present in the body at this time of day can enhance its calming and restorative effects. It is also important to actively avoid the use of treadmills for Sampo, as the continuous movement of the belt can interfere with the natural, biomechanically sound mechanics of your feet and gait. Whenever it is feasible, choose varied terrain for your Sampo walks. Different surfaces engage different stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and legs, leading to a more comprehensive strengthening and conditioning effect. Research emanating from the University of Tokyo indicated that seniors who practiced Sampo on natural surfaces, such as soft grass or unpaved dirt paths, experienced a significant 20% improvement in joint mobility compared to those who exclusively walked on hard concrete surfaces. If you are new to this practice, it is advisable to begin with a modest duration of just 10 minutes each day, gradually increasing this time to the recommended 30 minutes over a period of several weeks. Next on our journey towards enhanced vitality and longevity, we encounter a practice that is remarkably effective in rebuilding and rejuvenating your body from its very foundation. Number 5, the daily stretching routine known as Risu. Every morning, precisely at 6:30 a.m., a gentle melodic piano tune emanates from Japan's public broadcasting system, signaling the commencement of Risu, or radio calisthenics. This synchronized movement routine has been a daily practice for millions of Japanese individuals since its inception in 1928. However, it is crucial to dispel any misconceptions that the term calisthenics might conjure. Risu is vastly different from the often intense, isolated movements found in typical Western exercise regimens. Risu is characterized by a fluid, continuous sequence of 13 precisely choreographed stretches, all performed within a remarkably strict time frame of just 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Each individual movement within the Risu sequence is meticulously designed to engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously, all while maintaining an unbroken, seamless flow, deliberately avoiding static holds or strained, awkward positions. It is, in essence, a continuous, gentle orchestration of movement, specifically engineered to lubricate your joints and to preserve and enhance flexibility throughout your entire body. The scientific validation for Risu's efficacy is substantial. A comprehensive study undertaken by Osaka Medical College, involving a substantial cohort of 8,000 participants aged 60 and over, revealed that individuals who engaged in daily Risu practice experienced a remarkable 40% reduction in the incidence of falls and a significant 55% decrease in chronic back pain. Furthermore, they maintained nearly full range of motion in their shoulder and hip joints well into their 80s, a feat rarely seen in Western populations. The underlying scientific mechanism contributing to Risu's exceptional benefits is equally remarkable. These dynamic, flowing stretches have been scientifically shown to boost the production of synovial fluid in your joints by up to an impressive 30%. Synovial fluid serves as the essential lubricant for your body's complex hinges, your joints. Without consistent and appropriate movement, this vital fluid tends to thicken and diminish, a process that directly leads to the stiffness, pain, and reduced mobility commonly associated with the aging process. The Risu sequence traditionally commences with a series of gentle arm raises, designed to open up the chest cavity and significantly improve breathing capacity. This movement involves inhaling deeply as both arms are raised gracefully overhead, and exhaling fully as they are lowered back down. This is immediately followed by controlled arm rotations, specifically aimed at mobilizing the shoulder joints through their full range of motion. Subsequently, gentle twisting movements are incorporated to preserve and enhance the natural flexibility of the spinal column, followed by elegant side bends that effectively stretch the intercostal muscles situated between your ribs. The lower body is not neglected. The leg movements include a gentle marching in place, which is then succeeded by shallow, controlled squats, designed to keep the knees and hips mobile and functional. Throughout the entire sequence, a subtle rhythm is maintained that gently elevates your heart rate, thereby enhancing circulation throughout the body without inducing any undue strain or discomfort. For optimal benefits from Risu, precise timing is critically important. Japanese elders typically perform Risu immediately upon waking, often before consuming any food or beverages. This timing capitalizes on the naturally elevated levels of growth hormone that occur during periods of sleep. Your muscles and connective tissues are at their most receptive and pliable for stretching when these crucial hormone levels are at their peak. The movements themselves should feel as though you are gracefully moving through warm honey, effortless, fluid, and entirely unforced. It is imperative to avoid any sensation of forcing the movement or employing bouncing motions, as these can lead to injury. If completing the full complex routine presents a challenge, it is highly recommended to focus on the initial arm raises and the gentle spinal twists, as these specific movements offer the most significant physiological benefits for a minimal expenditure of effort and time. Many Japanese companies continue to integrate group Risu sessions into their pre-work routines, and productivity studies have consistently indicated that employees who actively participate in these group movement sessions take, on average, 30% fewer sick days compared to their colleagues in companies that do not incorporate this practice. Now, let us turn our attention to a movement that possesses the remarkable ability to safeguard your brain with the same profound effectiveness with which it protects your body. Before we proceed further, we would like to kindly ask for your engagement. If you are finding the information presented in this video to be beneficial and insightful, please take a moment to give it a like. This simple action helps to ensure that this valuable content reaches a wider audience, allowing more seniors to discover these transformative health tips. Additionally, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We are consistently uploading powerful senior health tip videos on a daily basis, and we are confident that you will not want to miss our next insightful installment. Moving forward to number 4 on our list, we explore the profound benefits of the deep squat rest, a practice known in Japan as shinku-ari. If you were to take a leisurely stroll through any Japanese park or meticulously maintained garden, you would invariably observe elderly individuals comfortably and effortlessly resting in a deep squat position. Their heels would be flat on the ground, and they would be engaged in relaxed conversation or perhaps tending to the surrounding flora. The astonishing aspect of this observation is their ability to maintain this posture for extended periods, 10, 20, or even 30 minutes, without any apparent discomfort or strain. In stark contrast, the vast majority of Westerners over the age of 60 struggle to hold this fundamental human posture for even 10 seconds, often experiencing significant discomfort and a rapid loss of balance. This observed discrepancy is not merely a matter of differing levels of flexibility. The deep squat rest represents a fundamental human posture that has been progressively and regrettably lost in cultures that have become overwhelmingly dominated by chair sitting. Japanese seniors manage to retain this intrinsic ability throughout their entire lives precisely because they practice it daily, typically accumulating a total of 20 to 30 minutes in this position, spread strategically throughout the course of their day. The scientific evidence supporting the profound importance of the deep squat rest is equally compelling. A groundbreaking study conducted by the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology meticulously followed 5,000 seniors for a period of 12 years. The findings of this extensive longitudinal study were nothing short of striking. Individuals who were able to comfortably maintain a deep squat position for at least 2 minutes demonstrated a dramatically reduced risk, a 70% lower likelihood of requiring assisted living facilities in their later years. Their hip mobility remained sufficiently robust to comfortably accommodate all essential daily activities, and they maintained their independence for an average of 9 years longer than those who were unable to perform this fundamental squatting motion. The biomechanics underpinning the deep squat posture explain its profound importance for overall health and mobility. The deep squat position actively opens the hip joint to its absolute full range of motion, effectively preventing the progressive capsular tightening that is a primary contributor to the characteristic shuffling gaits frequently observed in many elderly individuals. It also plays a crucial role in preserving ankle flexibility, a critical component for maintaining optimal balance and preventing falls. Furthermore, the deep squat strengthens the pelvic floor muscles, which are integral to maintaining proper bladder control. Perhaps most significantly, this posture actively decompresses the spine, creating space that allows nutrient-rich cerebrospinal fluid to flow more readily into the intervertebral discs, thereby promoting their health and longevity. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have noted that cultures where deep squatting is a common and integrated practice experience a significantly lower incidence of hip replacement surgeries, as much as 80% fewer, and a 60% reduction in chronic lower back pain. To cultivate this vital ability, it is recommended to begin by performing squats with your back placed against a wall for essential support. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, with your toes pointed slightly outward. Lower yourself slowly and with control, ensuring that your knees track directly over your toes. If you find it challenging to flatten your heels on the ground initially, a practical solution is to place a rolled towel underneath them. Begin by holding the squat position for just 30 seconds, gradually increasing the duration as your mobility and comfort levels improve. The key principle to emphasize here is frequency over prolonged duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats spread throughout the day will offer more comprehensive benefits than attempting to achieve one single, prolonged 5-minute squat. Japanese elders ingeniously integrate squatting into their daily routines, utilizing moments such as waiting for a bus, engaging in gardening tasks, or even while watching television to adopt this posture. They have seamlessly integrated it into the fabric of their lives to such an extent that it requires no special effort or dedicated time slots. Therefore, the most effective approach for Westerners is to utilize the squatting position functionally whenever possible. This might involve sorting items on low shelves while in a squat, playing with grandchildren from this grounded position, or even resting in a squat instead of bending over to tie your shoelaces. Each instance of functional squatting reinforces the correct movement pattern and actively maintains the essential mobility required for sustained independence. Next on our meticulously curated list is a practice that actively and fundamentally rewires your nervous system, laying the groundwork for decades of unwavering stability. Number 3, the practice of single leg standing, widely known in Japan as ashitsuke. While this may sound deceptively simple, bordering on trivial, Japanese physicians universally recommend single leg standing with the same level of seriousness and conviction that Western medical professionals prescribe essential medications. Individuals over the age of 60 are strongly advised to practice standing on one leg for a duration of 1 minute, twice daily, viewing it not as an optional exercise but as a vital form of preventive medicine. The profound importance of this practice is so widely recognized that it is even covered by health insurance in Japan, a testament to the overwhelming body of robust scientific evidence supporting its efficacy. A comprehensive study conducted by Fukuoka University, which meticulously tracked the aging process of 12,000 participants over a period of 15 years, yielded striking results. Those individuals who regularly and diligently practiced single-leg standing experienced a significant reduction in the incidence of hip fractures by 68%, and a dramatic decrease in falls that necessitated hospitalization by 75%. Beyond these impressive physical statistics, brain scans conducted during the study revealed a remarkable increase in gray matter volume in key areas of the brain, specifically the motor cortex and the cerebellum. These regions are absolutely critical for the complex processes of coordination and balance. When you deliberately stand on one leg, your body is compelled to engage in thousands of minute subconscious micro-adjustments every single minute to maintain equilibrium and prevent toppling over. These constant, subtle adjustments not only serve to strengthen the individual muscles involved, but also profoundly enhance the entire neuromuscular system, improving its efficiency and responsiveness. Your proprioceptors, which are the sensory receptors responsible for informing your brain about your body's precise position in space, become highly activated and finely tuned. Simultaneously, your vestibular system, located within your inner ear and responsible for maintaining balance and spatial orientation, sharpens its responses, and your visual processing speeds up as your brain seamlessly integrates incoming information from multiple sensory systems simultaneously. The standard protocol for initiating ashitsuke begins with a series of basic, progressive steps. First, stand near a wall or a sturdy chair to ensure your safety and provide a point of support if needed. Gently lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground. Fix your gaze on a single stationary point located approximately 10 feet away. Breathe normally and consciously strive to maintain this balanced position for a minimum of 30 seconds. Once you feel stable, switch legs and repeat the process. As you consistently improve and gain confidence, you can then progress to attempting the exercise with your eyes closed. This added challenge removes vital visual input, thereby compelling your other balance systems, the vestibular and proprioceptive systems, to work significantly harder and become even more responsive. Japanese elders often integrate this practice seamlessly into their daily routines, for instance by performing it while brushing their teeth. This effectively allows them to gain 2 minutes of crucial balance training within an existing daily activity, establishing an automatic habit loop that ensures consistent practice. More advanced practitioners take this a step further by incorporating small, controlled movements while balancing on one leg. These might include slowly turning their heads from left to right, gracefully raising their arms overhead, or making small, deliberate circles with their lifted foot. Each of these variations presents a unique and progressively challenging stimulus to your balance and coordination systems. The underlying principle here is progressive overload, a fundamental concept in exercise physiology. When standing on one leg for 30 seconds becomes effortlessly manageable, you should increase the duration to 45 seconds. Once you can confidently stand with your eyes closed for an extended period, you can introduce further instability by standing on a folded towel, which creates an uneven and unpredictable surface. This continuous progression is vital for preventing plateaus in your progress, and for maintaining neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable and inherent ability to form new neural connections and adapt throughout life. Researchers at the esteemed Mayo Clinic have concluded that the duration an individual can stand on one leg is a more accurate and potent predictor of longevity than widely accepted metrics such as blood pressure or cholesterol levels. Astonishingly, individuals over the age of 60 who can successfully stand on one leg for 30 seconds exhibit mortality rates that are remarkably comparable to those who are, in fact, 10 years younger. And now, prepare yourself for a movement that appears almost magical in its profound and far-reaching effects on your physical and cognitive well-being. Number 2 on our list, the floor-sitting transitions, known in Japan as koshiwari. This practice represents a significant revelation about the nature of aging in Japan that may come as a considerable surprise to many. The average Japanese person over the age of 70 will transition from a standing position to sitting on the floor and then back up again an astonishing number of times, more than 20 times per day. They do not merely sit on the floor for brief moments. They regularly utilize this grounded posture for their meals, for enjoying tea, for watching television, and for engaging in social interactions. Each and every one of these transitions is a complex, full-body movement that meticulously preserves strength, enhances flexibility, and refines coordination in ways that no conventional gym exercise, no matter how strenuous, can effectively replicate. A comprehensive and extensive study conducted by the University of Tsukuba, involving a large cohort of 10,000 seniors, directly compared individuals who regularly incorporated floor sitting into their lives with those who exclusively relied on chairs for seating. The results were remarkably clear and impactful. The floor sitters demonstrated a significantly greater level of lower body strength, boasting 40% more power. They also exhibited 50% better hip flexibility and possessed the remarkable ability to rise from the floor unassisted well into their 90s, a testament to their sustained functional capacity. But here lies the truly astonishing finding, the data point that elevates koshiwari beyond mere physical benefit. Their cognitive test scores were consistently 15% higher than their chair-dependent counterparts. Researchers meticulously analyzed the cognitive demands of these floor transitions and discovered that the intricate motor planning required for safely moving to the floor and subsequently rising back up actively engages the prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center for executive functions. Safely and efficiently moving to the floor and back up requires a simultaneous and sequential planning of movements, sophisticated balance control, precise modulation of muscular strength, and keen spatial awareness. All these complex processes firing in perfect concert. It is in essence a full-brain workout ingeniously disguised as a simple, everyday activity. The traditional method for performing koshiwari begins from a standard standing position with your feet placed together. You then lower one knee gently to the ground, followed by the other, settling back onto your heels into a stable kneeling posture. From this kneeling position, you can then fluidly transition into various floor-sitting positions, such as the classic cross-legged pose or a comfortable side-sitting arrangement. To rise back to a standing position, you simply reverse the process. Bring one foot forward into a controlled lunge, powerfully push through that supporting leg to bring yourself upright, and then bring your trailing foot forward to meet it. While this sequence sounds straightforward in description, its execution demands incredible levels of control, core strength, and joint mobility. To effectively build this essential ability, it is highly recommended to begin with supported transitions. Utilize a low stool or an ottoman as an intermediate stepping stone. Place your hands on the stool as you carefully lower yourself to a kneeling position, and only remove them once you feel completely stable and balanced. Over a period of several weeks, gradually reduce your reliance on hand support until you can confidently perform the movement entirely unassisted. Initially, it is advisable to practice these transitions on soft carpeting or a yoga mat to minimize any potential impact or discomfort on your knees. As with many of these practices, frequency is significantly more important than absolute perfection, especially in the initial stages. Even performing 2 or 3 floor transitions daily will provide substantial and cumulative benefits. Japanese elders do not perceive koshiwari as a form of formal exercise. It is simply an intrinsic and natural part of how they live their lives. They have maintained this ability since childhood, never allowing the movement pattern to deteriorate or become lost. For those who are learning this practice later in life, patience and consistency are absolutely essential. It may take several months of dedicated practice to achieve truly smooth and effortless transitions, but the rewards in terms of sustained health and independence are extraordinary. Scientific studies have consistently indicated that the ability to rise from the floor unassisted is one of the strongest and most reliable predictors of longevity. Brazilian researchers in a notable study found that individuals who were able to accomplish this simple feat lived, on average, 6 years longer than those who could not. And now, the moment you have all been eagerly anticipating, the pinnacle of all movements, the undisputed champion of daily practices that profoundly impacts your health and lifespan. Number 1. The towel twist, universally known in Japan as Tanui Hibiki. This is it. This is the movement that has fundamentally altered researchers' understanding of aging, exercise, and the incredible potential of the human body. It involves nothing more complex than a simple, everyday hand towel. Yet centenarians in Japan consistently attribute their remarkable vitality and extended life expectancy more to this practice than to any other single activity. The technique itself is deceptively simple. You hold a towel with both hands, your arms extended in front of you, and perform a specific, controlled twisting motion that generates an isometric contraction throughout your entire body. However, to describe this as merely a towel twist is akin to calling the vast, unfathomable ocean a mere puddle. It vastly understates its profound and widespread physiological effects. This movement has been observed to activate muscle fibers that remain largely dormant and unused in a staggering 99% of traditional conventional exercises. When researchers at Taku University, a leading institution in sports science, attached sophisticated electrodes to subjects performing Tanui Hibiki, they were astonished to observe unprecedented muscle activation in unexpected and deep-seated areas of the body. Deep spinal stabilizers, muscles that are notoriously difficult to engage through other means, were powerfully activated. The intrinsic muscles of the feet, critical for balance and proprioception, showed increased activity. Even the subtle facial muscles exhibited heightened engagement, a sign of the comprehensive neural activation occurring. The study that truly sent shock waves through the medical world meticulously followed 15,000 Japanese seniors for a period of 2 decades. The results were nothing short of revolutionary. Those individuals who performed Tanui Hibiki for just 2 minutes each day experienced a statistically significant increase in life expectancy of 7 years. Furthermore, their grip strength, a singular metric that has been identified as one of the most potent predictors of mortality, remained consistently above the critical threshold for independence until an average age of 92. They also maintained bone density levels equivalent to individuals 20 years their junior. Brain scans revealed something even more remarkable. The bilateral coordination intrinsically required for proper towel twisting activated both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, a powerful synergy that forged new neural pathways and strengthened existing connections between them. Participants in the study consistently demonstrated significant improvements in memory recall, experienced faster reaction times in cognitive tests, and exhibited a significantly lower incidence of dementia and age-related cognitive decline. The technique itself begins with holding a rolled hand towel horizontally at shoulder height, with your hands positioned approximately 18 inches apart. Create tension by pulling outward on the towel, as if you were attempting to rip it in half. While maintaining this consistent outward tension, slowly and deliberately rotate your entire torso to the right, ensuring that your hips remain facing forward, anchored. The twisting motion should originate primarily from the core muscles of your torso, not solely from your arms. Hold this position at maximum rotation for a count of 3 seconds, then slowly return to the center and repeat the twist to the left. The constant outward tension is absolutely crucial. You are essentially creating resistance against yourself, compelling every single stabilizing muscle in your core, back, and even your limbs to engage and work harder. Your breathing must remain steady and controlled throughout the entire movement. Inhale deeply as you return to the center position and exhale slowly as you execute the twist. This specific breathing pattern is highly effective in activating the vagus nerve, which in turn triggers a parasympathetic nervous system response. This response is invaluable for reducing inflammation throughout the body and promoting a state of relaxation. The inherent elegance of this movement lies in its remarkable scalability and adaptability. Beginners might start with minimal outward tension and execute smaller, less pronounced twists, while more advanced practitioners can generate substantial tension and perform deeper, more expansive twists. Some Japanese elders even adapt variations of this movement to be performed while sitting or even lying down, always maintaining the core principles of creating tension, maintaining deliberate control, and coordinating their breathing precisely with the movement. The molecular biology underpinning its extraordinary effectiveness is equally compelling. The isometric contractions generated by tanui hibiki stimulate the release of myokines, which are specialized proteins actively secreted by muscles during periods of contraction. These myokines act as potent internal pharmaceuticals, exhibiting remarkable anti-inflammatory properties, improving insulin sensitivity, and even promoting the growth and development of new brain cells. In fact, the towel twist has been shown to generate more myokines per minute of activity than any other movement that has been scientifically studied. Timing further amplifies its already significant benefits. Japanese elders typically perform this invigorating movement immediately upon waking in the morning, and again just before retiring for the night. The morning session serves to invigorate the nervous system and prepare the body for the day ahead, while the evening session promotes crucial recovery processes and significantly enhances the quality of sleep. The simple regimen of just 1 minute in the morning and 1 minute at night provides the full spectrum of these remarkable benefits. It requires no specialized equipment beyond a basic hand towel, no costly gym membership, and no complex, difficult-to-master choreography. Yet, this profoundly simple practice exerts a significant and positive influence on every single system within your body, demonstrably exceeding the physiological impact of hours of conventional high-intensity exercise. Ultimately, the revolution in our understanding of aging is not about the discovery of groundbreaking new technologies or the development of miracle supplements. Instead, it is about recognizing and embracing the profound, time-tested wisdom that is quietly embedded within the movements that Japanese elders have practiced with unwavering consistency for generations. These 6 movements are not merely isolated exercises. They represent a comprehensive, holistic system for maintaining the optimal functionality of the human body throughout the entirety of one's lifespan. They effectively address and simultaneously improve strength, flexibility, balance, coordination, and neural health. Crucially, they demand no specialized equipment, no particular athletic attire, and no dedicated blocks of exercise time, seamlessly integrating into the natural rhythm of daily life and becoming as effortless and instinctual as the act of breathing. The scientific evidence supporting their efficacy is unequivocal and overwhelmingly robust. Individuals who diligently maintain these fundamental movement patterns age in a fundamentally and demonstrably different manner than those who do not. They preserve their independence, retain their cognitive acuity, and genuinely enjoy their later decades of life rather than simply enduring them through hardship and decline. The choice ultimately rests with you. You can continue to adhere to Western exercise paradigms that often treat aging as an unavoidable disease to be aggressively combated, or you can embrace these simple, accessible movements that view aging as a natural, graceful process to be navigated with wisdom and vitality. The Japanese people have, through their enduring traditions, illuminated a clear and effective path, and modern science has now thoroughly validated their ancient approach. The only remaining question is whether you will begin to integrate these transformative practices into your life today, or if you will postpone the profound opportunity to transform how you age until some uncertain tomorrow. Now, we would genuinely love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Which of these 6 movements do you believe would provide the most significant benefit to you right now, and why? Have you ever experimented with any of these traditional Japanese habits before? And if so, did you notice any tangible differences in your strength, balance, or overall well-being? Please take a moment to share your personal experiences, insights, and opinions in the comments section below. We genuinely cherish hearing from each and every one of you. Thank you for investing your time in watching and learning with us.